this computer.
Okay. Will it let us both record? Let's see.
Do you see? Okay, it does say recording in the top.
Yep. And then it also has me now recording, I believe.
Oh,
It has both recording little dots on both of us, so we should be good now.
okay.
All right, sounds good. Well, hi everyone. My name is Evie Blunt. I'm the 4-H agent up in Gadsden County, Florida. So I'm at the very tip up here in the Panhandle, where unfortunately it's cold right now. But I kind of want to see where everyone is from. So, I want to take some time to go ahead and have everyone introduce themselves, tell me your name, and then let's see what county you're from and your favorite breed of chicken. So, I'll start. So, like I said, Evie Blunt. I am from Gadsden County, and as much as I don't want to say this is my favorite breed of chicken, I'm gonna have to go with Silky because 9 times out of 10, that's what I grab out of my coop to teach with. But I do really like a Buff Orpington, but I do tend to go for a Silky. So that is my favorite kind of chicken. So, who wants to go next? If no one talks, I'll start naming names.
I'll go.
Okay, go ahead.
My favorite breed, I'm actually raising a Silkie right now, so probably a Silkie.
Okay, and what's your name?
Emma,
Emma, okay. And what county are you from?
uh, I'm from Lee County.
Lee County, okay. Sounds good. Who wants to go next?
Me.
Okay.
I'm raising two. Uh, uh,
What's your name and your favorite kind of chicken?
my favorite kind of chicken is speckle. And when I show, remember when I showed her with the ranger costume?
Mm-hmm.
That's what chicken I like.
Okay,
And
gotcha.
yeah,
And your name is?
Alba,
Alba. Okay, do you know what county you're from?
Florida.
Okay, sounds good. Who wants to go next?
County or Trenton?
Go ahead.
Okay, who wants to go next? Name, county, and ch favorite chicken breed.
Ah, where are they? They're video. I am Lily from Levy County, and I like the Frizzle breed of chicken. I know that doesn't
Okay,
necessarily classify as a breed of chicken since it's like a sub breed, but
that classifies. That's a chicken. I love frizzles. I used to show them when I was in like middle school.
I
Okay,
want to go next.
okay. What you got?
Um,
Oh,
oh,
go ahead. Oh,
it's her.
No, you're fine. Go ahead.
okay, go ahead.
Okay. Um, my name is Tatum. My favorite chicken is a silky Polish, and I'm from Gilchrist County.
Okay. And who do you have with you?
My name is Cheyenne. I am my sister. I am his sister. My favorite, what's Curly?
Polish.
My favorite chicken is a Polish.
Okay. All right. Well, welcome. Is there anyone else?
I'll go next.
Okay, go ahead.
My name is Ruby. I'm from Hillsborough County, and my favorite breed is a Silkie. I'm
Okay.
currently raising 7 of them.
Okay. We have a popular breed of chicken here. Okay. Okay, who's next? Okay, go ahead.
From Lee County, and my favorite type of chicken is a Buff Orpington, and my name's Ava.
Okay, thank you, Ava.
Welcome.
Go.
Okay, anyone else that hasn't introduced themselves yet?
All right, go ahead, Kara.
My name is Kara Osman. I am from Gadsden County, and my favorite breed of chicken, I'm gonna say white Moran.
Okay.
Go ahead, Layla.
My name is Layla Osman. I live on Gadsden County, and my favorite chicken is either the Calico Cochins or the Serramos. It's either one of those two.
Okay. And then, yep, if you want to go ahead, Sarah.
I am Miss Sarah. I am over the Coop Club that we have here in Gadsden County. These are my two daughters, and I have a lot of breeds of chicken. So I'd have to say my favorite is probably the Wyandotte, as far as their coloring and demeanor goes. But also, I like the Bantams and the Serramas. So I have a lot of favorites. I wouldn't go off of my favorites. I have too many.
I think she loves all of them.
Yes, and Sarah also has a lot of chickens, but
Yes.
that also is a little bit to blame with the two girls on the screen with her.
Yes.
Just
Yes.
just a little bit, girls. But yep, these are my Gadsden County people. But is there anyone else that hasn't gone yet? Okay, I see someone's hands raised.
Hi, my name is Lily, and I'm from Suwannee County, and my favorite chicken is
You like the silkies?
Silkies.
Yeah.
Silkies, okay.
Orpingtons, huh?
Orpingtons too. They're my favorites.
Oh, good.
Then Tracy and Olivia have their hands up.
Okay. Whoever wants to go next. I have multiple hands up over here.
Hi, my name is Olivia. I'm from Lee County, and my favorite chicken is probably the black sex-link.
Okay. Perfect. And then what about Madeline?
My name's Madeline. My county is Duval, and I like Plymouth Rock.
Okay. Wait, say that breed again?
Plymouth Rocks.
Plymouth Rocks. Okay. Bimini.
My name is Zuni. I'm from Indian River County, and my favorite chicken breed is Plymouth Pard Rocks in honor of Betsy.
Oh, okay. Yes, Chris's book. I love it. I have a couple of copies in my office. Okay, and then let's see. I have one more with your
Tracy, your
What'd you
hands up. You're muted, honey.
He's on mute.
Yes.
He doesn't know how to unmute.
He does know how to unmute. Hang on, just let's be patient with him.
Prudence, do you want to tell us about you and your favorite kind of chicken, if you have one favorite?
Well, the most chickens I've ever been around and raised my whole entire life was Leghorns. Because when I was coming up, I lived on a farm where we had 2 million. But the ones I've been raising for the longest are Black Old English Game Bantam, which I feel like that may be what Tracy was going to say, but I know he also likes moderns, and I don't know how to get him unmuted. But I would have to say the Black Old English Game Bantam, and not just any Old English Game Bantam. I like the black ones specifically. There you go. Now you're open, Tracy.
Black line, black line, black line, black line.
All right, now that you're unmuted, do you want to go ahead and tell us your name, county, and your favorite breed of chicken?
Tracy, can you hear us? I think you're having mic problems because you're unmuted and we still can't hear you. Your earphones may not be working, hun, because we can't hear anything.
hear you.
It's okay. Let's give him a minute. Prudence, I actually knew that was going to be your favorite type of chicken, especially when you said, especially the black ones. I was like, I knew that just from the chicken shows.
Yes, I've raised other varieties of the specific breed, and they're just not like we had some white ones, and the rooster was just he would come at your face every chance he got. And they're little bitty, but can
They're teeny
fly
tiny.
because they're so small, you know?
And they're really docile for being like a smaller chicken too. Like one of the Bantam breeds, like I would have expected them to be way more flighty, but kids did great with them for showmanship. I was really
Oh
surprised
yeah,
because all my
well,
Bantams are flighty.
they're very spoiled.
Well, I knew that. You have them named and you can tell the difference in them and they all look the same to me.
Um, Tracy, can you unplug those earphones from your computer and talk with us? Because we weren't able to hear you at all. Still nothing.
He takes them out.
Well, I just asked him to.
Who's that guy? Girl talking.
That's Alba.
I've missed these meetings, Prudence. I'm gonna have to start coming back on Tuesdays.
She's so cute.
Okay, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. Tracy, you may have to put it in the chat, honey, because we can't hear you. All right, and Miss Evie, were you going to share your screen?
Yes, I am. Hold on, let me get to the actual correct screen real quick.
And for those of you that are new, you're going to notice that I keep muting you. And the reason I keep muting you is because we're recording this. And if I don't mute you and you make a noise or your mom hollers in the background or whatever, the recording is going to highlight you, even though you may not be wanting to be highlighted at that moment. So that's why I keep muting y'all. So you'll notice I keep doing that all meeting long. And so you can unmute yourself if it's an appropriate time to do so and share. And Tracy, I don't know what's wrong with your system there, because usually we have no problems hearing you.
And Prudence, if you need to go at any point and I need to mute, I can mute kids too while talking.
Oh, well, no, go ahead. Do your
I was
thing.
gonna say, I
I'm gonna
perfected that
moderate
skill
for
during
you.
the ag judging competition,
Yeah.
to say the least. That's like the one job I had to stay on top of and talk at the same time. Okay, so back a long, long, many moons ago, during the time of COVID, dun dun dun, I started as a 4-H agent up here in Gadsden County back in 2020, about 2 months before everything kind of shut down. So when I first started, we couldn't do anything in person. So we all kind of came together as agents and decided some topics that we were going to teach as summer camps and have them as complete virtual summer camps. And that's kind of how I got to know Miss Prudence and work with her. That was our first project really ever together. And then with Krista Cubulus, that following fall, we have North Florida Fair up here in the Panhandle in Tallahassee. I've always helped out with the ag judging contest. I grew up in 4-H in Gadsden County. I was in it my whole 5 to 18 and then came back as alumni, now the agent. So I've always helped out with that show, and we started the virtual ag judging contest online. So that's how I got to know Chris, because I was going to take it on by myself, and they sent me to our state specialist, and Chris and I handled that too. So I have quite a few great online teaching tools that I still use every day, or most of the time, and they're good things that we spend a lot of time on creating some of these websites and events, and so we don't want them to die out because they're great spots to find materials and kind of go back and address at different times if you want to kind of just learn more and go at your own pace. So this was created as a summer camp, and then in the fall we kind of launched it again as to be a club and kind of like at your own pace club. And it is on, I believe, on our Northwest District website. I think it's still there as far as I know, but I do have it pinned on my computer so I can get back to it because I do refer to it a lot. But so for this one, so we're just gonna kind of talk about this one today. Oh God, okay. So the main purpose of this was to go over poultry and rabbit, and it had, I believe there was four agents, maybe five of us possibly, but I think four agents through the state that were over it, and now there's down to I think just three of us. But Prudence is also one of them, and so she created this lovely site. And so it is for poultry and rabbits, but we'll just be going over poultry today. So it is listed by the day, and I can put this link also in the chat at the end. So if you want to, save it and have it where you can go through it, because we're not going to go through every bit of it, but if you want to go through some of it later on, you can. Most of the links on here should still work. I know we had problems with some of the games on here at one point, but so for day one, so the first 2 days were poultry, and then day 3 and 4 was rabbits, and then 5 was showmanship. And I have some good videos on here, so we're not gonna go watching all the videos. But so some of the activities that we have, so we talk about how an egg is made, how to predator proof your coop. So if anyone's having any predator problems, especially this time of year, because a lot of predators don't have easy food sources. There's not a lot growing, not a lot being produced right now. So this is your time of year you get predators getting really bad with your chickens. Anyone having any predator problems we need to address? No, everyone's chickens are nice and safe and you know how to predator proof a coop. We always My coops, I wish look like this. These are gorgeous. Mine do not look like that. My ideal chicken coop situation or scenario would be Sarah's, who's on here. And she knows that. It's beautiful. And expensive, but beautiful. But as far as ours go, at my farm, we have, the regular like chain link dog fences or dog pens, like a pen for a dog. So I have those, but I have one panel that sits on top. So basically I have like one and a half. So I've the four sides, one that sits on top and one I bury under the ground and wire to all four sides. So that way, nothing can dig up underneath it. Yes, although you have your hand raised.
Yes. How do eggs get made?
We can actually watch that video in just a minute if is anyone else interested in that. Well, that one's not that long. We'll just watch that one in just a second.
Yeah.
But yep. So is anyone else having any predator proofing issues? Like there's a lot of things that dig up underneath, which I believe.
I have rats going in my chicken coop.
Oh, okay. Well,
and the chicken feeder.
Oh, that's not good. I've had everything from raccoon issues to possum to coyotes to foxes. I have not yet have a bobcat take mine out, but there is a bobcat on my cameras in the field, like right across from my chickens. So I'm waiting on that day. But I'm hoping it doesn't come. But at the bottom of page 1, it has a predator management for small and backyard poultry. And it does kind of talk about like in urban settings versus like, out in rural settings and kind of what to look for, the different prints, and kind of how to identify what is actually taking out your animals or taking out your chickens. And I mean, it can be other things than just chickens, if you have rabbits or other things. I know I have a lot of other poultry too. I started collecting geese for I don't know what reason and ducks. And RIP Miss Waddles, the duck I got at the auction a few months ago. I don't know what got her, but Miss Waddles did not make it. But yeah, so we don't really have weasels here, but we did add this to have array of different areas because this wasn't just made for the state of Florida. So there are a lot of different things on here, so you can go through this at a different time. What was your question?
We we have a little stuffy animal penguin named Waddles.
Okay. Yeah, mine was a duck named Miss Waddles. I don't even think I had her long enough to take a picture of this duck, but she was my little security waddle duck that like guarded the whole yard at night, but something ended up getting her. I'm not sure what, but she was super friendly. Okay, so y'all have not, this is, I was about to say, I know y'all have had a few meetings for this year
I have
so
a
far, but y'all,
question, or I
yes.
have something to say. I have a problem with my chickens. We have a cat that's getting to our chickens.
Uh-oh. Okay. Well, do you have fencing where you can
Yeah,
put
we
it
have
where she
kind
can't
of
get in?
Dog fencing.
we have the dog fencing like you have.
We
But it's
have
still able to get in?
They're free range.
They're
Go in
free
and-
range. They go in and out. We open them in the morning and we close them at night.
Okay. Is
we
it just
have a
is it your cat?
No,
Oh, it's a neighbor's cat. A cat taking out a chicken? Okay, is
we
this a
don't.
small
It might
chicken?
not. It might be just a wildcat that's wandering around, and we have babies out now, and our babies are going missing.
Oh.
They were just born a few days ago, so they're going missing.
Oh no. So you might want to try to keep them in if that's what's going missing. And
We're keeping them in. We think
okay.
what's happening is we have the dog fencing, and then we put chicken wire in the inside, but
They're so small they can still fit through.
they're so small that they can fit through. So what we think is happening is when they go through it, the cat comes out and eats it when it's out.
Okay, you could probably also go to like Tractor Supply or one of the like hardware stores and get a different kind of material other than chicken wire, like the rabbit wire. There's a couple, there's I forget, there's like the hardware cloth, that kind of stuff, and put it on the inside too, because chicks can't get through that. I've had to do that a few times.
Okay.
Yes, Alba. Oh, I can't hear you. You're muted.
Oh.
I just had to unmute myself.
Oh, you're fine.
We we have a white fencing, no holes, just a white round fencing,
Mm-hmm.
and there's wire chicken coop with a little white roof with a little white tarp, and there's nesting boxes, and there's a big water. And when I was telling you about the rats getting in our food, Mommy put the food inside the trash can,
Okay.
empty trash can that we don't use.
Is it a metal trash can?
No, it's a plastic trash can.
Okay, well, just heads up, they can chew through plastic, so we now have to have all metal trash cans.
No, they're not
They're not.
chewing. There's little holes where the chickens can fit their head in, and the rats are like this small, and they can go into the little holes. And when Mommy and Laz open it up, the rats come out of the holes.
Oh, that's not good because that can make your chicken sick too.
Pom Pom is already getting black stuff on his comb.
Okay, that might be a different issue that we can talk about later. Okay, Lily, do you have a question before we're gonna watch the how to make an egg in just a second, but I'll answer all questions beforehand. What you got, Lily?
So we have had our chickens getting picked off by hawks lately. They're free range and they keep like wandering off and the hawks are getting them. Do you have any idea for how like to stop that?
What kind of chickens are they?
If you get an
Mixed breeds.
if
Mixed
you get a
breeds.
fake
Sarah, at any point that you want to answer a question, please feel free because I feel like you know your chicken stuff. As far as that goes with owls, you need some kind of netting over the top so they can't swoop down. And I've always heard I've never had Swanees or any of the all black chickens, but I've heard that they don't usually pick after those.
I've had a few that have picked off the black chickens. Actually, recently a black chicken died.
I was going to say
Yeah.
that's really just a theory to having black chickens to resemble crows, but it's not as prevalent as people may think. Even if you were to have a flock of Australorps, the black Australorp, they still get picked up by hawks and kites and whatnot. So having all black chickens in your flock, or even one or two in your flock, is not going to deter predator birds from swooping down and going after your flock.
And for some reason, the hawks are now officially not afraid of our dogs. So I don't know what to do about that, because our dogs were supposed to be like the ones that like scare off the hawks, and the hawk landed right next to the dog cages and just killed the chicken and then just started eating. It only flew away once I got out there.
I've had to keep mine caged up. I can't free range at my farm anymore. We have a really bad coyote population, but we also have a wild dog population that's really bad. So, free ranging where I'm at is not an option. And I'm out in the country. So, keeping them, penned up might be a better option, or chicken tractors, something that has like a cover over it so they can't swoop down and get them. But that's pretty much the only advice I have for, you know, predator proofing above instead of something that digs under. But
Is there anything that scares them off, perhaps?
You can try putting either like one of the little owl decoys up. Sarah, during this whole thing, I'm thinking about so we started an archery program in our county 2 years ago, and so we just actually got all the big archery like targets that look like a bear and a deer and all of those things. I almost just want to go test out the theory and go sticking them around the yard to see if that would actually do anything. But they get used to things after a while.
Yeah, I've heard of people hanging CDs so that the reflectors would bother the bigger birds. But again, it's just speculation, and I wouldn't want to risk my whole flock of birds on a CD. My best advice would be to only let them out to free range for a few hours before they go to roost at night. So let's say 5 o'clock, and you're going to want them to stay close by just so that they're easy to put back away at night. Not all flocks will go back to their roost to go to bed. It might take some training and a couple of times to feed them in when you're trying to close the door, just to let them come out for a little bit at a time, to train them when to come out and eat just before they go to bed. But I wouldn't leave them out for hours on end, or if I was going to go to town to run an errand or anything, I would make sure they were put back up. I had my birds out free ranging one time. They were grow outs, and I had a couple of roosters that I was going to select from. And literally right there, a few feet from me, a hawk came down and got one of the roosters that I was going to pick or choose from. And it was just that quick, literally 5 minutes. So you have to be really careful. And also, where I free range them, I try to make it to where it's under the tree line and it's not so much wide open spaces, so that there's plenty of places for the chickens to hide. Because whenever the birds are flying by and they're flying over your property, they see where your chickens are and they know the land. So they know where to go and where to stock food from. So you've got to be real careful about when you're letting your birds out, how long you're letting them stay out, and the area in which they're going to be in. There's a lot of things to consider when trying to free range your flock.
Especially this time of year with food being scarce.
Oh yeah, they're going to
they
be
come
really
out at
hungry this time of year.
Yeah, it's bad this time of year, especially where we're at. Yep.
9 is about when they come out, 9 a.m. And then they go in at about like 5:45, I'd say. But they stay under the tree line. The hawk that ate the black chicken, Star, was actually underneath the trees.
Hmm.
I was told they couldn't get through those trees, and I just went out to go let my dogs out, and she was being eaten. So
I would maybe limit it
and
to just when you're home in the afternoon and you're outside with them and letting them free range then just to protect them.
and for some reason they're only eating the necks. They won't eat the body for the life of them.
That
They're
doesn't
just
sound like
ripping
a
off
hawk.
the neck skin, and then leaving the body.
Lily, have you seen a hawk
Yes, I've seen the hawk.
do this?
It's
Because that sounds like a
huh?
raccoon to me. Raccoons eat the
No, it's a
head.
hawk.
That's strange.
Yeah, I've watched a hawk do it,
Hmm.
and the hawk isn't afraid of dogs for some reason.
Yeah, I haven't had a hawk or an owl problem, but that's usually because where I'm at, everything's kind of, I have things over the top and there's plenty of hiding spots for chickens. I've never had that problem. Now, I've had a raccoon taken heads off, but not ever a hawk or a crow incident.
If it was a raccoon, I'd be very concerned because that means it has rabies because it's always in the day. We don't leave them out late. As soon as it starts getting dark, they're in.
When are we gonna watch the chicken video?
Okay, do we have any more questions before we get into the chicken video? I see a couple of hands raised. Okay, yes, Ruby.
My chickens have been getting sick. One of my chickens passed a little bit ago, and now another one of my chickens is showing some of the same symptoms. Uh,
Okay.
it I had four older ones, and then one of my chickens started not roosting. She just started sleeping on the ground. And then a few days later, she passed. But then now, another one of my chickens last night when we went, because my little baby chicks don't go into their little hen house alone, so we have to go and put them up there. But when we were finished, we went and got the eggs, and we realized that one of my chickens wasn't roosting. And so we're not sure what to do.
How about we finish that we go back to this and table this till the end of the meeting so that way we can go ahead and watch the video and then me, Sarah, and if Prudence is on, we can try to talk to you and see kind of a little bit more details and figure out what we can advise as far as that goes. But okay, so we're gonna watch on how an egg is made. Please tell me if y'all cannot hear it, but y'all should be able to. Can y'all hear it?
No,
No?
no,
I don't hear it either. I don't
Oh.
hear.
Cousin went to that place recently.
Okay, wait, hold on. Okay, hopefully this will not kick me off from y'all. Hold on 1 second. Why is it? No, I didn't mean to mute. Okay, why is it not? What about now? No?
No.
Okay.
I don't hear anything.
I can't hear anything too.
Oh my God. Hold on. I swear it should have been on this one.
Poultry products, safety and quality.
Hopefully this will not kick me off.
Yes, I hear it now. I hear it now.
I hear it.
Okay, good. Is it loud enough?
Now I don't really hear it though.
I don't hear it at all.
me either.
Still no?
No, we only heard it for a split second, Evie. What you did a little bit ago worked.
Yeah.
I literally just made the volume louder and that made it not work. So God, I'm not sure. Hold on one second. Let me take it off of here. Hold on. It's probably about to spaz my computer out. Okay. You can hear me, correct?
Yes.
Perfect. Okay, so then I need to share another screen. So I just put it just on my laptop because this will sometimes be my issue. Hold on. Okay, so share. Now. Can y'all hear it?
No.
No.
I don't hear it.
Well, it's screaming at me. Hold on one second. I
Nah,
don't
even hear it. Oh, sorry.
well, I put it. Okay. I don't know if you can hear it.
Still can't hear it.
No, it's saying that it's on. Let me go back to my big screen. I don't know why it's doing this. Okay. So I need to share that screen.
This presentation is brought to you.
I heard it for 1 second, but then it went.
Yeah, it came on.
Can y'all hear it now?
No, I think that was mine that you could hear.
I can't hear
I
it.
opened it in another screen. Evie, you want to try synchronizing?
Okay, so me stop sharing or
No, you can. Well, yeah, maybe let's try that. I was just gonna do the audio on my end.
yeah, I don't know why. I've never had this problem.
All right, let's see if I can do it.
And I tried every single speaker I have off of all three computers and it still didn't work.
All right, what do y'all see now? Do you see the?
Yes.
This presentation is brought to
I
you by
hear it.
Auburn University Department of Poultry Science, with funding provided by Poultry Products, Safety and Quality Peaks of Excellence Program, and the U.S. Department of Agriculture. This presentation is brought to you by Auburn University Department of Poultry Science, with funding provided by Poultry Products, Safety and Quality Peaks of Excellence Program, and the U.S. Department of Agriculture.
When a hen is actively laying, nutrients from the food she eats are converted into the building blocks of egg yolk. These building blocks, 1/3 protein, 1/3 fat, and 1/3 water, are then carried by the bloodstream from the liver to the ovary. In the ovary, tiny tissue bags called follicles fill with yolk and grow. The largest follicle on the ovary will release the yolk of the egg the hen will lay tomorrow, while the next largest will produce the next day's yolk, and the next largest will yield the next day's yolk, and so on. In 1 to 2 weeks, a follicle grows from less than 1 millimeter in diameter to the mature size of 25 millimeters. When a yolk matures, the follicle ruptures along a line relatively free from blood vessels, the stigma, and the yolk is released. If any blood vessels cross the stigma, a drop of blood may spot the yolk as it is released from the follicle. Called the infundibulum, the funnel-shaped upper end of the oviduct envelops the ovary and catches the most mature follicle as it reaches maturation and ovulates. Then the yolk embarks on a 24-hour journey down the oviduct. When the yolk emerges from the follicle and moves into the upper part of the infundibulum, it's the only time in its progress when it is not covered by a layer of albumin. Fertilization, if it is to occur, will take place here. Some bacterial pathogens, such as Salmonella enteritidis, are able to colonize the reproductive tracts of infected hens. If these bacteria become associated with the developing egg as it passes along the tract, and before it is surrounded by a shell, they can cause disease in a human consumer of the contaminated yolk or albumin. The yolk spends about 15 minutes in the infundibulum before it passes into the magnum. In the magnum, over a period of about 3 hours, it will be covered by a dense, shock-absorbing layer of albumin, or egg white. As the albumin forms around the yolk, spiral ridges which run the length of the magnum cause the yolk to spin like a bullet in a rifle barrel. This spinning twists the protein fibers in the albumin, just in front of and just behind the yolk, and makes two pigtail-like structures called the chalaza. The chalaza keep the yolk suspended in the center of the albumin and ultimately prevent it from moving around inside the egg. The magnum gives way to the next section of the oviduct, the isthmus. Here, the shell membranes are deposited. These thin layers of protein wrap loosely around the albumin covering the yolk. It is as though the yolk and its layer of albumin are a blob of jello, wrapped with two sheets of cellophane. The process does not result in a smooth egg-shaped structure. In fact, an egg leaving the isthmus probably looks more like a prune than a plum. The partially formed egg then enters the shell gland. Here, over the next 20 hours, the shell will form. First, a thin albumin is secreted. This thin albumin is mostly water, and it moves by osmosis through the two shell membranes into the highly concentrated thick albumin surrounding the yolk. This plumps the egg into a normal shape and stretches the shell membranes tight around it. Next, a highly concentrated solution of calcium carbonate is secreted by the shell gland, and crystals of calcite form and grow on the outer shell membrane. As the crystals expand, they grow into one another to form a solid shell. Very tiny spaces left in between the crystals leave pores in the shell. Lastly, a special protein solution, called the cuticle, is deposited onto the eggshell. Gas can pass through the proteinaceous cuticle and through the pores in the shell, but the two layers protect the egg from harmful bacteria. Finally, in a process called oviposition, the egg flips end over end. This occurs through contractions of the uterus, synchronized with relaxation of the muscular vagina, and pushes the egg out of the hen's body. An important part of the egg does not form until after it is laid. When an egg is laid, it fills the shell. However, a hen's body temperature is 106 degrees Fahrenheit, and eggs are generally laid into environments that are 20 to 40 degrees cooler. As the egg cools, the inner portion contracts, and forms an air cell between the two shell membranes. A chick would puncture and breathe through the air in this cell before hatching. The fully formed egg now begins another journey. If it has been fertilized, it will go to a hatchery. If not, it will go to one of two places: an egg processing and packaging plant for distribution to grocery stores, or to an egg breaking plant, where once processed, the egg will be included in one of countless food products, such as mayonnaise, cake mixes, or salad dressing.
That was so cool.
Yeah, like I said, I'll share the link with everyone for the whole backyard livestock website, so that way you can go back and see those. Do you want me to share, Prudence, or do you want to
I'm
continue?
trying to stop sharing. But I can continue since my volume works. What was
Yeah.
the
The
poultry?
other one's not a speaking one. I can replace current share. Do you want me to do that?
That's fine. I'll just
Okay,
stop
or I can
sharing.
just, I was gonna say, or I can just allow it. Hold on, let's see.
And then Evie, I also put the link in there a
Okay.
little bit ago.
You put the link to the website or the link to
Yes,
that
ma'am.
video? Okay, perfect.
Website.
Thank you. Okay, so everyone can see my screen again? Okay, so y'all can see it, right?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. So these are a little bit about predator proofing, but we're gonna go, oh, not meaning to click that. All right, we're gonna go over poultry breeds. So I'm sure some of y'all, but we named quite a few breeds earlier, so we'll go through this a little quickly. I'm sure, have y'all already done poultry breeds this year?
No.
Okay, perfect. So we have Americanas. Does anyone have any Americanas? Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. Perfect. I do too. So they lay like greenish, sometimes bluish tinted eggs. They're a pretty common breed. Also, you'll see a lot of Easter eggers too will lay a very similar colored egg, and they look very similar. And then we have Barred Rock. Now, these are not every single breed, because if we were talking about every breed of chicken, we would be here all night. But these are just some of the common ones that we use during our show up here, which is now, Prudence, correct me if I'm wrong, the Panhandle Poultry Project.
Perfect.
Yes, I did it. It's been calling it Chick Chain for forever. So for me to be able to get it right off, whew, that one took me a minute. But so these are some of the breeds that we usually use. Then we have Black Giants, very similar to like a Black Copper Moran. And then we have Brahmas. I don't think we have many that are showing Brahmas this year. I don't know any in my county.
We seldom have Brahmas at this show.
Yeah, and then we have Buff Orpingtons. Now you'll see all sorts of chickens at State Fair. Like, there isn't a breed of chicken I don't think that isn't there. So, but as far as our show up here in the Panhandle, a little different. But Buff Orpingtons also come in other colors. I have quite a few lavender Orpingtons. I think are very pretty. And I like how docile they are and easy to work with kids especially when I take them into schools. But if I'm teaching younger kids, they are a little bit more scared of something that might be bigger than them. So I usually grab a sulky. So I don't feel like this is as a common breed now as it used to be, but back when I was younger, I've heard these called all sorts of different words, but Domineckers is what I always grew up learning. I mean, Dominique's, I've heard so many different ways of calling this bird, and they're very similar to barred rocks. And I actually, Prudence, found a guy, weirdest story ever, taking chicks to the Graceville auction, who gave me a tour of his, I kid you not, 5,000 chickens in the backyard situation.
Yikes.
In the middle of near a subdivision and apartment complex. It was wild. But he made me two walking canes with my name on it, a necklace out of an antler with my name on it. This is like sweetest thing in the world. He's 72 years old, so definitely way old, too old for me. But love that man. Love that man. But he has a whole flock of these, and they're beautiful. So I have a hookup on those, and he sells the, let me butcher this. Is it called Kiki Wikis? He sells the little teeny tiny Bantam things. I don't even, some Kiki Wiki looking things that
The
oh my God, they're like
Kikirikis are from Puerto Rico.
How do you say
okay.
it, Sarah?
They're a little bit smaller than Sarama. They're actually considered the smallest breed of chicken in the world.
But how do you say
Prudence,
it? Say it again.
Kirikirikis.
he told me, I swear he told me Kiki Wikis, but I'm hearing all sorts of different things.
Maybe I roll my R too
Send
much.
you photos. This man, I kid you not, pulled every single one of these like 500 chickens out of just this one breed out of the pen, put them in a showmanship stance for me on top of their coop, and made me take pictures from different angles of each chicken. And I could not leave. Like I was stuck in this man's yard for 2 hours taking pictures of chickens. It was great. It was worth the walking cane. But anyways, he has these special chickens. I asked him if he sold all his eggs. No, because he's worried about someone taking the genetics, but he will sell chickens, and then he does have a couple of 4-H kids that show up at in Dothan that he sells chickens to for them to show, and they won a bunch of awards for that breed. But it's wild. I'll see if I can pull up a picture here in a second. All right, and then so we have Golden Polish. We talked about those earlier. And then I have yet to come across anyone with a Houdan. But I mean, and I don't think it's a very popular chicken, but I did have it on this PowerPoint. They're cool looking. Naked necks. Had a 4-H kid that was his baby, was a naked neck turkin. And they lay brown eggs, and really weird to me that they are good in cold weather. Like they're super cold tolerant, but they have zero neck feathers. Makes no sense to me. But we're here. They live, and it froze last year in the panhandle of Florida, and there was ice everywhere, and his turkin made it. So I know it can make it in cold climates. Here's Prudence's pearl white leghorns.
Yes.
You grew up with the pearl white leghorns. These are like the flightiest chickens I think I've ever met, except for, oh, Sarah, correct me. It was one of the breeds we've been getting in. Oh my God, I think it was the Old English pheasants. I think that was the breed I was getting, but I have never seen anything as flighty as those, except for pearl white leghorns. I think it was
The
those.
filling jars or something like that. It has a small crest and they're all white, a little bit Bantam sized.
No, these were like black and like red speckled.
Are you talking about the Shetland hens?
I mean, I had like a group of them. I ended up selling them to the guy with all the chickens. When I went on their website, that's what it came out to like looking like. Yes, ma'am. What you got?
She said, yes, ma'am.
We have a naked neck chicken.
Oh, you have a naked neck chicken? Okay. Layla, what were you gonna say?
Two naked necks. One baby naked neck and big naked neck.
Okay. Okay, Layla, what you got? Layla, I know you're not shy.
What chicken breed survives in the cold the most?
I'm not sure which one. Are you gonna tell me the answer to this, or this is an Evie question? Because I feel like that would be a better Sarah question. A what?
A question.
Oh,
I don't
that's a
know.
question. I'm not
We'll
sure
have
which
to
would be
research
the
that one.
best. I don't know, but maybe one day we can run an experiment where we take one breed of every chicken to the North Pole and see which one lasts the longest. There we go. Prudence, for my sabbatical, there's my project.
You have fun with that. I just
You
put the
know,
answer in
I
the,
can
I just
see
put the
that.
answer in the chat for you, Evie, so you don't have to do that.
Do you know the most cold tolerant chicken?
I just put it in the chat. Brahmas, Orpingtons, Wyandottes, Rocks, and Australorps.
But which is the most cold tolerant out of all of them, Prudence? I feel like we need a
Well,
like
I
a
say
project.
Orpingtons because they're best all around.
I think we still need to go to the North
Yeah,
Pole
you
and
have fun
like
with
sort
that.
it
I'm a
out. Or
Florida girl.
Antarctica.
Not happening.
I just looked it up. It's a chancellor. It's a chancellor. I don't know how to say that.
What is it? A
Who
type
looked
of
it up?
penguin?
No, a chicken.
Type of
Well, I don't know. I'm like the only thing that survives on there are penguins. So
Yeah, this
Chicken.
says Canadian Chancellor being specifically
I have a
bred for
white
harsh
pearl.
winter.
okay.
Yeah.
I have a white pearl like horn. I'll turn off.
I still
Right
think
now.
we need to all go to Antarctica and do an experiment. I'm just saying.
I would love to go to Antarctica. That would be so fun.
Just
Antarctica
saying, I
sounds
think this
really
should be a
cool.
4-H project, guys.
I'm
Okay.
a scuba diver, so I would love scuba diving there.
It's way too cold for that, but okay.
No,
I-
there's these like suits that like heat up your
I
heat up
actually
your
got
wetsuit.
a pearl.
They heat up your
Wait,
wetsuit
I
so you
do
can
got
like
a pearl
swim in
white
freezing water.
leghorn. I think that's how to say, but
Oh,
Okay, well, that was a very interesting side discussion. Okay.
yeah, we got
So-
3 minutes, Evie. Wrap it up.
I know, I was like, okay.
wait,
So
I think I
Rex-
got a red.
Antarctica sounds really cold.
I think I got a red
Right,
star
so-
to be honest.
Okay, so since
Sorry.
we have like 2
Oh,
minutes
shut
to
up.
wrap this up, let me get through this. So we're gonna start muting people. Okay, so red stars are a mix between white leghorns and Rhode Island reds. Because white leghorns produce a lot more eggs, but to have a lot, they're white eggs. So to have brown eggs,
Those were my first ones. That's
your
what I had
first
when-
favorite. My
my-
mom's favorite's Rhode Island red.
Well, that's what I had when I was 5 years old when I got my very first flock of chickens. It was Rhode Islands.
Every time I get a Rhode Island red, my mom names it Annie. My mom's name is Annie.
Oh, I
And
love it.
then the one we have right now barks like a dog and she doesn't realize it and it's driving me nuts. Okay, and then here are some bantams. So we
I have
have
one that sounds like it's screaming for help.
Yeah,
So
so we have-
that's amazing.
there's different colors and breeds of bantams, and bantams are your smaller birds. You have your cochins, which we don't have a lot showing that. Here's all your pretty colored silkies, which I actually have some that are different colors than these. And we're not going to go through ducks and everything else tonight because we are running out of time, but y'all can do that at a different time. And then for day 2 on here, it has, I'm not sure if they'll come up, but it was an online quiz. What was it through, Prudence? I forget the name of it.
Quizlet, I think.
But oh, I thought it was like okay, maybe it was Quizlet. But anyways, it might let you go to it. I'm not sure, but they were quizzes on chicken anatomy and it was based off of age groups. And then it also has how a chick is born and hatched and the development of a chick. And then there is skillathon questions. And then if you want to learn more about showmanship, that is in session 5. And then at the very end, we had resources. So if you want to learn more about poultry programs or the embryology project or rabbits, and then a couple of the record book, a couple of the other things that we have throughout here. So please feel free to check out these. I'll throw this back in the chat again, or I know Prudence did earlier, but I'll throw it in the chat. And then, yeah, if y'all have any questions about this site, please reach out to either me or Prudence. I was about to say I can put my information in here. And then, Prudence, they should have your email, but I mean, if you want to put your stuff in there too, it doesn't matter.
Yes, and they can email Dr. Chris or reply to the invite he had for this meeting as well.
Yeah, but I was gonna say my email should be in there too. But my email, yep, is on there as well. So, thank y'all all for attending tonight. Y'all are all free to leave. And if you, I know there was one that was having a question about a sick chicken. So if you want to stay on, we can finish that off really quick. All right. Other than that, y'all have a great
Stop
night.
recording, Evie, for this sick chicken
Yep.
discussion.
Yep.
Okay. All right. Y'all have a good night.
All right, y'all have a good one.
You too.
Bye.
Bye.